This morning, the Prime Minister, no idea, free gear, never hear Kia, liar Stalin, gave a speech on immigration because in the UK, the biggest topic in politics is immigration, both legal and illegal. Given that Britain has become something of a dumping ground for third world criminals, in particular criminals who are extremely violent or men who want to do unspeakable things to women and children. But following the local elections around 2 weeks ago, Keir Starmer is now tough on immigration. The man is a former human rights lawyer who often defended foreign criminals against deportation. He actively campaigned against Brexit. He does not want an independent UK. Also, he labelled anyone who objected to the Welshest of Welsh choir boys, Axel Rudder-Cabania, himself the son of people who came to the UK as refugees. When people got upset about that bastard murdering little girls, Keir Starmer labelled them as far-right thugs, even though it's now been proved after a review that the far right had nothing to do with the Southport riots. So Starmer, with all that, is now trying to convince us he's the reincarnation of Enoch Powell. If you're not from the UK, you'll probably need to Google quite a lot of that. Anyway, here's a clip from his speech.
Oh, I didn't know.
Oh, yes.
Sorry, that was Zippy from Rainbow. It's just they sound so similar. Again, if you're watching this from outside the UK, you're probably wondering what the fuck is going on. Now, we will see part of Starmer's speech, and he looks like he's got shell shock. Like he simply cannot comprehend how much of a kicking his party took at the local elections. Keir, do you not get it? The British public despise you because you lied to us. Back when the Tories dabbled with the idea of suspending pensioners' winter fuel allowance, he looked disgusted. It was abhorrent. Keir, it's the first bloody thing you did when you took office. You got in and you took the winter fuel payment away from pensioners. These hard-working people, they've worked all their lives. Let's fuck them over. Of course, older people are more likely to vote Conservative, so it makes sense to stop them voting by freezing them to death. And here's the thing, the cost of the winter fuel allowance would cost £1.4 billion. That's a lot of money. But the Labour government have given £12 billion to overseas climate aid. Is it too much to hope that the British Prime Minister might actually give a shit about the British people? And this is a quote from the Prime Minister following those elections: "We need to go further and faster." What's the plan? Send in local councillors to rip the central heating out of old people's homes? To make sure they don't make it through the next winter? Have Mad Miliband down there shouting about net zero? Oh, we had to rip out the boilers, they run on gas. We've replaced them with inefficient heat pumps. So anyway, here's a clip of our illustrious leader talking about migration.
Let me put it this way. Nations depend on rules, fair rules. Sometimes they're written down, often they're not. But either way, they give shape to our values, guide us towards our rights, of course, but also our responsibilities, the obligations we owe to each other. Now, in a diverse nation like ours, and I celebrate that, these rules become even more
Diversity, that's a key point, because Labour depend heavily on the Muslim vote. Rules, yes, Mr. Starmer, rules which apparently don't apply to you or your cabinet, because allegedly the government seems to operate on nothing more than free concert tickets, backhanders from dodgy lords, and locking up anyone who disagrees with them. And whilst this prize pillock was giving a speech on being tough on immigration, approximately 250 mostly military-age young men were floating across the English Channel.
seems almost designed to permit abuse, that encourages some businesses to bring in lower-paid workers rather than invest in our young people, or simply one that is sold by politicians to the British people on an entirely false premise, then you're not championing growth. You're not championing...
And the brass neck of the man, talking about opportunities for young people, less than a week after he signed a deal with India that will allow thousands of Indians come to Britain and work without having to pay national insurance for 3 years, provided they work for an Indian company. I will make 2 predictions on this. First of all, the level of fraud will be off the fucking scale. There will be a bungalow in Sheffield with 500 Indian businesses registered to it. The second prediction is after the 3 years are up, thousands of these people will then apply for asylum.
You're actually contributing to the forces that are slowly pulling our country apart. So yes, I believe in this. I believe we need to reduce immigration significantly. That's why some of the policies in this white paper go back nearly 3 years. Why I told the Labour Party conference, taking back control is a Labour argument. And why, most importantly of all,
The forces pulling the country apart. Like what? Like allegedly blatant two-tier policing and justice, blatant anti-white racism because some police services and the BBC, the national broadcaster, have openly said they won't hire white men. Then we have blasphemy laws coming in through the back door. It's all lies. He talked about migration going down. No, it isn't. Just on small boat crossings. They've gone up 41% from last year and we haven't reached fucking summer yet. Now, in London, some of the tube stations now have their names written in Urdu or Arabic. Am I being far right to suggest that if someone wants to live in England, they should learn to speak fucking English? And as for stopping the boats, we all know how simple it really is. Stop the benefits, you stop the boats. No more 4-star hotels or social housing or free driving lessons, day trips out or yoga classes, and yes, they're all real things given to illegal migrants. It's very simple. If you come here illegally, that's a crime. You get deported. And get rid of all the softly lawyers and judges. The people who do anything to prevent a criminal from being deported. Now, these are real cases, although I'm being somewhat vague. Recently, a man said he could not be deported because since he's been in the UK, he's discovered he's bisexual and he'd be persecuted if he went home. Here's a hint, mate. Don't suck cock in the street, you'll be absolutely fine. And another man, an Eastern European drug dealer, said he could not be deported because his son only likes British chicken nuggets. So I don't believe for 1 minute that Labour are going to be tough on immigration. I don't believe the numbers are going to go down. I don't believe the deportations will go up. Because this government is utterly fucking incompetent. Wasn't that a fun video? So that's the end of this video. If you enjoyed it, please do like and subscribe if you haven't already. If you leave a like or a comment, that helps the algorithm. If you'd like to support me in making these videos, there are links to my Patreon and Buy Me a Coffee. And as ever, thanks for watching. Sorry, that was Zippy from Rainbow. They sound so similar. Also, they're both someone else's puppet. This is an actual quote. We're going to fuck it up. That's not the quote. Faster and further. What else can you do, Kia? Short of actually opening a portal to hell. Armour, do you not get it? We do not trust you. We do not like you. Then there's Operation Scatter. The idea being that... oh, fuck it. Basically, it means taking lots of illegals and putting them in the countryside, because then, when they get British nationality, they're more likely to vote Labour, whereas people who live in the sticks generally vote Conservative. It's like the fucking Today programme today, isn't it?